Have you ever heard of a reverse coloring book?
Reverse! Oh, the chair did not go all the way.
Hi, as you already know, today I am going to be coloring in a reverse coloring book, meaning the colors are already on the pages. You and me, we get to draw the lines around these so you can draw mindless doodles and Zentangles and have a very relaxing art session. I found this on Amazon and I had to try it and I wanted to share it with you as well. Reverse, reverse. How embarrassing. Now, without further ado, let's do some reverse coloring. Cool. I went ahead and gathered some different drawing utensils, some Tombow markers, Sharpie markers, Posca paint pens and other brands of acrylic paint markers, and some fine liners, Micron, black ones, and different colors of Staedtler. Is that how you say it? Staedtler. So lots of things to choose from. I'll do a few different pages. First, I'm gonna flip through and see which pages speak to me. The Reverse Coloring Book by Kendra Norton. That's cool. There's a page that gives you some ideas on different types of doodles that you can draw if you don't know where to start. Also, the different sizes of microns or fine liners. Right off the bat, it appears that most of the pages so far are meant to be different flowers. This one's pretty squiggly and abstract. More potential flowers. This, well, open to your interpretation. All the pages are perforated, so if you want to tear them out, you can do that. Ooh, I like that this page is a grayscale image. Poscas and acrylic paint pens would be perfect for this. These look like sunflowers. I don't know. Which one should I choose? A lot of dots. So that's not even half the pages. I don't want to show you all of them, so if you do get this book, you can be surprised. Ooh, yeah, there's a good mix flipping through here. Nice. I think I'm just gonna start on the first page and be boring just so I can get some warm up in. We're just gonna go traditional and do black lines with this one. Here we go. I'm gonna be really loose and flowy with this one. I'm not gonna give it too much thought. What just happened? Oh no, I'm filming in time lapse. No, thank you. There, now we're ready. Okay. Ooh, I like this. I really do. This is super relaxing. Just letting the lines take me where they want. This should have polka dots. Don't know why, but it should just have polka dots. And this is gonna have triangles, ziggy zags. Oh no, both of my camera batteries are going dead at the same time. I cannot say enough positive things about Micron pens. They are absolutely great. I have been using them for years. You've probably seen them pop up in quite a few of my videos if you have been following my channel for a while. These have been through Wreck This Journal, Bullet Journal, Random Zentangle Doodles, and this is the actual set that has followed me through many houses and apartments and cities. I do really like the Faber-Castell and Staedtler ones, but the Microns I just have a special connection with, I guess. I did kind of bend the tips on a couple of them just because I probably was being careless and pressing really hard. I don't know what I did. That being said, they still work great, as you can see. I just kind of have to be a little bit careful on how I turn the pen, if that makes sense, because if I turn it the wrong way, a line could go out of place, but I am doing a kind of scribbly look for most of these, and that's okay if it looks like there's a double or triple or quadruple line even, because that's a style that I am trying to obtain. This page in particular, I was not expecting for it to take so long. I think that when I sat down, I had in my mind, maybe this will be a 2-hour project. Oh no. It was more than double that, and it took me around 5 hours to complete all these little lines. I kept wanting to add more and more. Using such tiny detailing fine liners is a great idea if you are on the go and you're going somewhere where you might be in a waiting room, or maybe in school. I always had to doodle while I was in a class in order to pay attention better. I know it sounds counterproductive, but this would have been perfect during school for me. And if I were capable of drawing while in the car, I would totally do this as a passenger. However, I am one of those unfortunate people who cannot read in the car, and I would feel really sick. So I can't do anything productive really when I am a passenger, which is quite annoying. Let me know if you can relate, if you are part of the sad motion sickness club. It really stinks. But as long as I don't tempt fate, then I usually feel okay. I know this was just a warm-up and it's supposed to be fun. I enjoyed most of it. I enjoyed probably 95% of it. However, this giant red flower kind of ruined the whole thing. I feel like the black part of that red flower looks like a giant crescent moon, and that is where the eye is drawn to right away. It's trying to take all the attention away from everyone else, all its flower buddies. It's like, hey, look at me. It's so distracting to me. I wanted to try to fix it by maybe putting paint on it, but then I thought it would really stick out. So I just accepted it as it was. Let's move on to page number 2, which is literally the second design as well. Right away, I saw something that spoke to me. This corner looked me straight in the eyes, not even kidding, and it said, "Hey, Sarah, grab your Sharpies and bring me to life." So I grabbed my Sharpies as I was told to, and I decided to play it safe and put a piece of cardstock behind the page just in case we had any bleed through. I recycled this piece from another video. I think when I was painting paintbrushes, this was a participant, and I just reuse things until I can't reuse them anymore for backgrounds. So okay, you can see the eye. It's an eye and another eye. It will be, but I just wanted to show you it does ghost through to the back. It doesn't fully bleed onto the pink paper or anything, but it's still nice to have just in case. This is a creature that was calling to me. You can see the form emerge from the swamp. And on the other side of the swamp, I had to come up with a story of why this creature is just here on its own, because I didn't see any other creatures. I came up with this, a purple pepper. I don't know what flavor it is, but it's a purple polka dot pepper. It has leaves. It's the only one left in this area of the swamp. So the monster creature has been looking for a very long time. It was on the hunt. Here are some motion lines to depict the creature swimming through the swamp. The ooey gooey, nasty, murky swamp water. So for the rest of this page, I worked on bringing the scenery to life. The headpiece is actually a stick or a branch from the swamp, and it just kind of stuck on, what's his name? Names that begin with P. Phoenix, Prince, Paxton, Pablo, Percy. There's not really much more to do aside from add little wavy lines and then scumble the entire background with this very thin limey green, I guess it's like a limey olive, I don't know, chartreuse green. Getting back to Percy, that is the creature's name, Percy. You know that song, One-Eyed Whatever Purple People Eater? Well, this is a purple pepper eater, and you can see from the drool coming out of its mouth that Percy really loves purple peppers. Percy, the purple polka dot pepper eater. I could have named him Peter Piper, I guess, but these are not pickled peppers, they're purple peppers. Here is the back. It definitely ghosted through quite a bit, but I didn't see any full bleed marks on the pink paper. So that just goes to show how great this coloring book paper is. It's honestly one of the ugliest pieces that I've ever created, I think, but somehow it's really cool and interesting and dynamic to look at. Let's move on from Swampland. See you later, Percy. And we are gonna go on to page number 3. For this one, I am going to use Tombow brush markers. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention the previous page with the swamp took around 2 hours, and this one is also going to end up taking me about 2 hours. I enjoyed using both thick and thin markers and pens on this page, which by the way, I am using the Staedtler colorful fine liners as well. For this one, I'm not doing any black at all, so it's going to carry more of a watercolory feel, and I like that. I think it's fun to experiment with different styles. I enjoyed using so many different art supplies in this book, different markers and pens and no pencils. Actually, I should have tried colored pencils. Maybe if I do another episode. Let me know in the comment section if you're enjoying this and want to see another episode. Anyway, all of these supplies and more of my favorites will be linked in the description box below if you want to check on Amazon. I have a storefront and affiliate links. Everything's down there, and you can very easily find my favorite supplies to try them for yourself if you haven't yet. There are a lot of flowers featured in this book, which I think is actually a great thing to do because flowers don't have to look an exact way. They're very forgiving because the coloration on them and the shape can vary from flower to flower. So I think, that adds to the relaxation of this book, so you're not stressed about making everything look perfect. And even though I say that, I actually did not really like this part either. I tend to build up one area that just gets so dark, and why? Like, why did I do that? I don't know. I should have learned my lesson from page number 1, but I did not. To finish this off, I went around the outermost outlines of everything with really, really, really light colored markers. So you can barely see it, but it still looks better in my opinion because it cuts back on the contrast between the flowers and the background, and it makes them stand out better in my opinion. A few little dotty dots, and there were 3 tiny spots that I colored over one too many times, a few ghosty spots on the back. Otherwise, the markers did not bleed through, and the next page was left untouched. And we're about to move on to doodle number 4, which is not actually page number 4 this time. I skipped ahead a few. I absolutely had to do this grayscale design because I wanted to try the Posca paint pens and acrylic paint markers and just see how well they show up. This page actually turned out to be the most relaxing, and it also was the most random. I just started outlining dots with red, and then I went on to another color and just outlined different shapes that I saw. And the number 7, which I don't think really means anything because I started out with 8 core shapes. I didn't go into this with any sort of plan. Eventually I did some zigzag outlines, and this part kind of looked like a flower. I must have seen flowers somewhere lately. The blue moon kind of looks like a Lucky Charms marshmallow. I found that I was having to go over the lines quite a few times. After one color would dry, it would lighten up and I would go over it again, and it just didn't stand out very much. So that's why you see me going in with a thicker turquoise marker, and the thicker ones really stood out. Of course, there had to be some sort of blip in the matrix here, or an ink pool. It leaked, and I didn't even push down harder at this point. I don't know, that was so out of nowhere. But I was able to fix it by just filling everything in, and I did get ink next to it in a random spot, so I decided to turn that area into some squarey lines as well. No mistakes, just happy accidents, I thought the key to really making this page stand out was just to make areas more bold and wide and add some more colors and darker colors, such as this very vibrant violet, purple polka dot pepper, very vibrant violet. This one took about 2.5 hours total. I don't really know what it reminds me of though. Maybe some sort of dreamland video game cave, I guess. Something out of Yoshi's Island. I tried to bring everything together by putting little dashes and waves and zigzags, and here it is. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll go ahead and link it in the description box below, as well as the iCard up in the corner. So I'm curious which page will end up being the fan favorite via the viewer's views. I need to stop with all these alliterations. Seriously, stop, Sarah. Well, yes, I am just trying to cause trouble now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you very soon in my next video. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.